Ever tried arguing with a Stoic? It's like trying to insult a brick wall. They'll just calmly quote Marcus Aurelius back at you. You'll scream, they'll reflect. You'll blame, they'll journal. And that, my friends, drives narcissists absolutely insane. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support our journey and help us grow this Stoic community. And stick around till the end, because the final point might just explain why you've been a narcissist magnet your whole life without realizing it. Number 1. Stoic calmness destroys narcissistic control. Stoics are trained to control their emotions. They don't get easily provoked, they don't blow up in anger, and they certainly don't beg for attention. Now, put that next to a narcissist who thrives on reactions. See the problem? Narcissists feed on drama, attention, and chaos. But a Stoic is like a black hole for all of that. Nothing escapes. No fuel, no fire. When a narcissist tries to manipulate or provoke, the Stoic simply observes. No yelling matches, no emotional outbursts, just quiet awareness. And that quiet, it's deafening for a narcissist. It's like trying to argue with a rock that reads Marcus Aurelius in its free time. Narcissists rely on emotional leverage. They test your buttons, and once they know which ones work, they push them for sport. But Stoicism trains you to remove those buttons entirely. No triggers, no manipulation. A narcissist standing in front of a Stoic is like a magician with no audience, completely powerless. This drives them insane. They can't win, they can't control, and worst of all, they can't get the reaction they crave. It's emotional starvation, and for a narcissist, that's unbearable. Number 2. Stoics don't feed the ego monster. Narcissists need validation like plants need sunlight. Compliments, admiration, praise. It fuels their identity. But Stoics? They don't give that kind of validation away, like candy on Halloween. A Stoic doesn't flatter just to flatter. They say what needs to be said, not what the other person wants to hear. This creates a huge clash. The narcissist walks in expecting applause for doing the bare minimum. The Stoic offers silence and maybe a quote from Epictetus if they're feeling generous. Narcissists interpret this lack of attention as disrespect, but it's not personal. Stoics just don't hand out gold stars for ego boosts. Stoics focus inward, building self-worth from virtue, wisdom, and discipline. Narcissists build self-worth by leeching it from others. You see the conflict, right? It's like trying to connect Bluetooth with someone who doesn't even have Wi-Fi. Total mismatch. And here's the punchline. The Stoic doesn't care. That indifference? It's brutal. To a narcissist, being ignored is worse than being hated. At least hate means you're still emotionally involved. But indifference? That's game over. Number 3. Stoics expose narcissists without saying a word. Here's where things get really uncomfortable for the narcissist anyway. When a Stoic enters the room, they don't need to brag. Their presence, discipline, and integrity speak for them. And nothing exposes a narcissist faster than being in the same room as someone who doesn't need to perform. Narcissists wear masks. Stoics rip those masks off, gently, without a word, just by being authentic. When you're calm, centered, and consistent, people start to notice the contrast. Suddenly, the narcissist's theatrics look like, well, theatrics. This silent comparison is deadly. A Stoic doesn't have to call out the narcissist. The narcissist outs themselves. It's like bringing a flashlight into a haunted house. The shadows run away on their own. Even worse, when the narcissist tries to discredit the Stoic, it backfires. The more they attack, the more petty they look. Meanwhile, the Stoic remains untouched, quietly living their philosophy like they're too busy leveling up to even notice the drama. Number 4. Stoics don't tolerate toxic cycles. One of the Stoic principles is setting boundaries, not with aggression, but with calm certainty. Narcissists? They hate boundaries. They see them as challenges. But when a Stoic sets a boundary, it's like building a wall that doesn't move, no matter how hard the narcissist pushes. Narcissists thrive on toxic cycles. Love bombing, gaslighting, guilt-tripping. It's all part of the playbook. But a Stoic sees through the cycle and steps out of it. They don't engage. They don't try to fix the narcissist. They just walk away and stay away. That refusal to play the game frustrates the narcissist beyond belief. They need someone to argue with, to apologize to them endlessly, to dance to their chaotic tune. But Stoics? They'd rather go for a walk and contemplate fate. Drama doesn't interest them. Peace does. By cutting the cord early, Stoics protect their energy and sanity. And to the narcissist, that's betrayal. But to the Stoic, it's just alignment with their values. After all, protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's strategic. Number 5. Stoics expose the emptiness of the narcissist's game. At the end of the day, Stoics live for meaning. They seek purpose, depth, and wisdom. Narcissists, on the other hand, chase admiration, status, and external approval. And when the two worldviews collide, the superficiality of narcissism becomes painfully obvious. A Stoic doesn't care about fancy titles or public applause. They care about integrity, about who they are when no one is watching. That's threatening to a narcissist because deep down, they know their whole persona is built on sand. In a world obsessed with attention, Stoics are a reminder that real power is internal. And narcissists can't stand being reminded of what they don't have. It's like holding up a mirror to someone who's been lying about their reflection their whole life. And here's the real kicker. The Stoic doesn't hate the narcissist. They don't even resent them. They just move on. They choose peace over performance, wisdom over war. And that simple choice is the ultimate rebellion. Number 6. Stoics are immune to flattery and insults. Narcissists love playing the game of extremes. 1 minute, they're showering you with praise. The next, they're tearing you down. It's how they control the narrative and you. But Stoics? They treat praise and criticism like passing weather. Nice to observe, but not worth building your life around. Flattery doesn't sway a Stoic. They know that compliments often say more about the person giving them than the one receiving them. If someone calls them brilliant, great. If someone calls them boring, also fine. Their value isn't attached to someone else's lips. Narcissists find that baffling. They're used to people reacting like they're in a talent show, seeking approval. Insults don't land either. A Stoic sees insults as a reflection of the speaker's character, not their own. That kind of resilience is frustrating for a narcissist who relies on emotional reactions to maintain control. When they insult a Stoic and get a shrug instead of an argument, they lose all momentum. To a narcissist, every social exchange is a chance to manipulate emotions. But Stoics are like emotional black belts, calm, centered, and unshakable. No matter what you throw, they don't flinch. And for a narcissist, that's not just annoying, it's infuriating. Number 7. Stoics can't be love-bombed or guilt-tripped. Narcissists often use a tactic called love bombing. It's a flood of affection, compliments, and attention to lure someone in. But Stoics have seen that trick before. They don't mistake intensity for authenticity. If anything, too much sugar too fast just makes them suspicious. Love bombing doesn't work on someone who's already content with themselves. Stoics don't chase dopamine hits from others. They're steady, not needy. So when a narcissist tries to hook them with over-the-top affection, it lands flat. No addiction, no attachment, no control. Then comes the guilt tripping. When the love bombing fails, narcissists flip the script. You've changed. I did everything for you. How could you? Classic emotional bait. But Stoics don't play guilt games. They examine their actions, stay true to their values, and if they've done nothing wrong, they sleep just fine. You can't trap someone with guilt when they've already made peace with their conscience. Stoics choose reason over emotional manipulation every time. And that, once again, leaves the narcissist powerless and panicking. Number 8. Stoics are disconnected from public opinion. Narcissists care deeply about how they're perceived. Every post, every outfit, every word, crafted for maximum applause. Stoics? They care about what's right, not what's popular. They aren't swayed by the crowd, and they certainly don't chase approval from strangers. This is why Stoics terrify narcissists. The narcissist wants to be admired, envied, adored. But Stoics aren't impressed by status or clout. They see through the illusion and focus on character. The narcissist throws glitter. The Stoic looks for substance. Stoics are guided by inner principles, not external opinions. If they know a choice is right, they'll make it, even if it makes them unpopular. This kind of inner compass is rare, and for narcissists, it's intimidating. How do you control someone who doesn't care what people think? Being unaffected by public opinion is a kind of superpower. Narcissists operate in a world of image and illusion, but Stoics live in truth. That's why narcissists hate them, not just because they're strong, but because they make the narcissist's world look fake by comparison. Number 9. Stoics are comfortable being alone. Narcissists fear solitude. Being alone means no audience, no validation, no reflection of their greatness. But Stoics? They love solitude. Not in a leave me alone kind of way, but in a deep, reflective, meaningful sense. Time alone is time for growth, learning, and clarity. That terrifies a narcissist. They need people around to keep the mask on. Without external feedback, they lose their sense of identity. But Stoics find themselves in solitude. They cultivate peace within, which means they're never truly lonely. A Stoic doesn't need constant connection. They engage with others by choice, not out of desperation. That independence makes narcissists uncomfortable because they can't use loneliness as leverage. They can't lure or guilt a Stoic with threats of isolation because the Stoic already thrives in it. It's like trying to bribe someone with silence when they were craving it in the first place. Narcissists want codependence. Stoics are self-contained. That's not just frustrating, it's a complete dead end for manipulation. Number 10. Stoics don't need to be seen to be significant. Narcissists are obsessed with being seen. They need visibility to feel significant. If no one's watching, it didn't happen. But Stoics understand a powerful truth. Significance doesn't come from visibility. It comes from virtue. Doing the right thing even when no one is looking? That's Stoic gold. This philosophy undermines the narcissist's entire worldview. They want to be famous for appearing good. The Stoic wants to be good, regardless of who's watching. It's authenticity versus performance, and narcissists hate losing that battle. Stoics find value in self-mastery, not applause. They'd rather be unknown and virtuous than famous and fake. And that mindset exposes just how shallow the narcissist's need for attention really is. Narcissists feel small next to people who don't need validation to feel worthy. So they attack, gossip, or try to bring the Stoic down to their level. But it rarely works. Because when your identity is built on principles, not popularity, no smear campaign can touch you. Narcissists hate that kind of invincibility. It's like trying to punch a shadow. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. The more Stoic you become, the less control narcissists have over your life. And that, my friend, is freedom. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to support the journey, and drop a comment below about the most Stoic thing you've done this week. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay grounded, stay wise, and stay unbothered.